Okay, here are your notes for section 4.1, day 2. Much, much shorter than 4.1, day 1 notes were. We're going to still be talking about that cheat sheet 5, where we said the triangle sum theorem, the sum of the measures of the exterior interior angles of a triangle is 180. But this time they're not going to give you the measures, they're going to give you some variables. You're going to have to do some algebra magic. Find the measure of each angle of the triangle. Well, what we know is that altogether, the three angles add up to 180. We don't know what each one is yet. So we know that measure of angle Q, which is x, plus the measure of angle R, which is another x, plus the measure of angle S, which is 10x, all has to add up to 180 degrees. Altogether, we have 12 x's. I guess you could have started with this step right away and added all the x's together in your head. Your only step to finish this is divide by 12 on both sides. 180 divided by 12, you find out that x is 15. Don't finish the problem there. This is not algebra class, this is geometry. First it said, before we classify it, find the measure of each angle of the triangle. So you have to answer this as the measure of angle Q equals the measure of angle R equals. Don't just put S equals. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for the measure of angle S. Measure of angle Q is just plain old x, 15 degrees. Measure of angle R is also 15 degrees. And the measure of angle S is 15 times 10, or 150 degrees. Quick check, 15 plus 15 plus 150 is 180. Now classify the triangle. As you can see, it has a very large angle, more than 90 degrees. Therefore, it is obtuse triangle. And the fact that it has two congruent angles is automatic that it has two congruent sides, which makes it isosceles. Obtuse, isosceles, or isosceles obtuse triangle. Second one, and last one. In triangle ABC, the measure of angle A is 40 degrees. Measure of angle A is 40 degrees. Got it. Do a little bit at a time here. Write down what you know. The measure of angle B is 3 times larger than the measure of angle C. It doesn't tell us anything about the measure of angle C. We know that measure of angle B is 3 times as big as C is, but we don't know what C is. But we can use a variable. So if we want to call the measure of angle C x, actually forget that. Why don't we call the measure of angle C, C. That way when we find it, we'll know what it is. Measure of angle C is C. So therefore the measure of angle B is 3 times as large, or 3C. Do the math. 40 for angle A plus 3C for angle B plus C for angle C should add up to 180 degrees. 40 plus 4C, combine like terms, is 180. Minus 40 from both sides, you get 140. And divide by 4, you should get 35. Don't leave this as your answer. We're not in algebra class. C equals 35, but it wanted to know the measures. We already know the measure of angle A is 40. The measure of angle B is 3 times as big as 35, for a total of 105 degrees. And the measure of angle C itself is 35 degrees. Quick check, 40 plus 105 plus 35 is 180 degrees. Told you these notes were much shorter. You can get started on your assignment right away.